30 laps of excitement as the Winston Racing Series Modifieds roll for your pleasure. On board is Chris Hopkins on the starter stand, and here with the call is Russ Dowd.
Chris Hopkins stares them down, and as they exit turn 4, the green flags fly. Scott Warrior off to a terrible start with the 6X, and we've got a problem as the flags are out. The 15 of Anderson is around in the infield. The yellow flag comes out immediately. For whatever reason, we do not know, but Scott Warrior could not get the pole car up to speed, and with just an incredible amount of luck and a lot of very, very good drive. The Ollie's Restaurant Machine. Let's see what happens. Here they come, Raleigh, and we're going to try one more time. This time it is Bob Potter to set the pace. Off the 4th turn, here they come, down to the line. Green flags fly, and it is Potter who does indeed jump out in front to set the pace early. Potter is right there, but here comes Tom Tagg. Tagg tries to wind up the 3. We've got a few problems developing in the back of the pack, but they seem to sort themselves out. Potter, however, maintains the lead, and here comes Bo Gunning down low. It is the 33 with Gunning, the 3 of Tagg, the 86 of Georgitis, as they all chase down the 51 of Bob Potter. Now Gunning is able to put away Tom Tagg, and Gunning pulls right up on the rear bumper of our leader. Could it be time for a lead change? Bo Gunning thinks so. Bob Potter does not think so, as both cars bobble just a little bit off of turn number 4. They're back down across the stripe, and Potter continues to set the pace.
Not very often that Bob Potter is on the pole, but that tells you what kind of season he's having. And anyway, this might be the opportunity with that great starting spot. He's a man who usually is very patient, but here he is out in front right from the start.
Potter brings him back down across the line. If you notice, Bob is not running the racetrack all that conservatively. He looks good going into turn number 1, but the car appears to be pushing just a little bit between 3 and 4. And the yellow flag is out.
3 on the front.
There appears to be some debris right out here on the front straightaway, and Chris...
He's trying to get back into the pits, but he can't move very fast because of the severity of the bend. And yeah, we don't know which car came out of it. It's definitely an offset weight to get the chassis upright.
All right, thanks so much, Tony Sutton. In the infield, green flag is out. We're back underway. Potter again, just a little bit loose off of 4. Bo Gunning tries to take advantage, and we head down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Gunning is not able to make the move. Potter maintains the lead. Gunning runs 2nd. 3rd is Tom Tagg. 4th is the 86 of Georgitis. Keep your eyes on car number 13, Ted Christopher. Ever since he brought that car to this racetrack 3 events ago, he has been virtually unbeatable with it. And he's going to try to take home yet another checkered flag tonight.
Well, he's looking for room now. Under Brother Mike, Tom Tagg drops off the pace. The number 3. Pulling into the infield. And contact his car deal. Goes sliding into the infield. We may stay on the green.
We've got some debris up in turn number 4. In front of the 2 towers, the Winston VIP Tower and the Charbonneau Tower.
Okay, some of our car deal made it back into the lineup. But now we're ready to go. Okay, Russ.
All right, green is back out, Raleigh. Here they come. Bob Potter is able to fend off the charges of Bo Gunning. But Mike Christopher is right there with the 82. Yellow flag comes right back out, and you can see why up in turn number 4. Boy, have we got them scattered around up there. Dave Bergman rolls very slowly with car number 10. The O'Donnell 87 also is headed down from there. We are looking at what we believe is the Burt Marvin 07 up against the wall, along with a cloud of dust in the infield. And that could very well be John Sneed in the 55 car. We believe that it is. And there is one other car that's involved. And at the moment, we're unable to determine just which car that is. Well, those of you who are seated in that area and have a good shot at it.
Is it the 34?
Is it a stick like gum or what? We'll find out.
Good stuff.
All right, here we go. In goes the pace car, and we're ready. Chris Hopkins looking the field over. We've got the green flag, and we're back underway. Bo Gunning loses a little ground as he went a little wide.
And a problem with Mike Paquette's car as well. He was very, very slow at the start, and you can see him pulling way up high out of harm's way with the Universal Welding car number 1. So a tough break for one of the top runners in this division, Mike Paquette out of Naugatuck. Back to the front we go. It is the 51 of Potter leading the charge, followed by Bo Gunning in car number 33. They're running 1-2. Gunning takes a peek to the inside. Off of turn 2, a challenge for the lead. Down the backstretch they go, side by side into turn 3. Potter on the high side, Gunning right down to the low groove. As they exit turn 4, a brand new leader is Bo Gunning in car number 33. But Potter does not want to give up easily. Potter tries to battle back on the outside. Gunning has the advantage of the lower groove. They encounter lap traffic, zip right on by. Raleigh, this is what it's all about. Open wheels, side-by-side racing. Potter and Gunning actually touch wheels. And now Mike Christopher is right there, providing a little assistance for Potter. Who will it be as they exit turn 2? This is incredible wheel-to-wheel racing with Bo Gunning and Bob Potter just going at it tooth and nail, side-by-side. Mike Christopher is there. A tremendous race for the fans here at Stafford.
Oh, great action. And Steve Shawansky is closing in on our lead pack. So we're going to have ourselves a 4-way battle coming up momentarily. We're coming in now to complete 10 laps. And look at this duel for the lead. One more time off turn 4. They come to the line and it's Potter regaining the edge. Great action. Mike Christopher electing to take that outside groove too, and Christopher takes over the second spot.
Incredible driving by the drivers of the Winston Racing Series Modified. Bob Potter leads the charge. Mike Christopher is next, followed by Bo Gunning and Steve Shawansky. Single file, the top 4 run bumper to bumper. Christopher now right on the rear bumper of our leader. Bob Potter wants this to be his first win. He has led with the exception of a couple of circuits all night long. Potter continues to set the pace down into turn 1. Potter and Christopher running nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Bo Gunning holds on for third. Shawansky is next. And here comes Lloyd Agor in car number 22 as he begins to reel in those leaders. Those top 5, Raleigh, have pretty much managed to pull away from the rest of the pack. And they are setting a torrid pace here. 13 laps up on the scoreboard. 2 more circuits and we'll be at the halfway point.
All right, great action off turn 4 one more time as they now complete lap 14. 16 to go. When will Mike Christopher make his move? We shall see. Ted sidelined with mechanical problems, so Mike is out there doing what he can. Teddy, having chalked up 2 wins in a row, can Mike keep it in the Christopher family? Bob Potter looking for his first win as we are now at the halfway mark. Steve Shawansky now all over the back bumper of Bo Gunning. So we'll have a battle for third place coming up shortly. Meanwhile, fine effort by Lloyd Agor as he continues to close in on Shawansky. Off the turn one more time. And Christopher looking to the inside. Decides, well, we'll hold up another lap at least. Here they come again. Christopher looks to the inside of Potter. Down the backstretch. Nose to tail. Gunning, meanwhile, holding on to that number 3 spot. 17 now complete as the laps really now start to tick by. Let's see if Christopher makes his move this time. Here he comes to the inside again. And Potter's able to hold him off one more time. Don't make a mistake. That's the key for Potter right now.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Bob Potter and Mike Christopher. Christopher takes another quick look to the inside. Off the second turn, however, the horsepower underneath the hood of car number 51 serves Potter well. Brings him deep into turn number 3. They come back down off the 4. Potter again, a little bit loose off turn 4. Crosses the line with 19 laps now posted up on the scoreboard. 11 left to run. Michael down low, 6th the nose of the 82 there. But again, Potter is able to use the horsepower to his advantage. These two drivers really going at it in close wheel-to-wheel competition. And don't take your eyes for 1 minute off of the bow gunning. Steve Shawansky, Lloyd Agor, three-way battle for position number 3. This time by, we will be into the single digits with regard to the number of laps left. Down to the line. Only 9 remain for Bob Potter and Mike Christopher. Can Bob Potter score his first victory of the 1993 season here at Stafford with car number 51? 8.5 laps from now, we will have the answer to that. Right now, he appears to be in very good stead as Mike Christopher works the rear bumper, looks for running room, high groove, low groove, any way he possibly can. But Potter is driving a picture-perfect race with a somewhat ill-handling race car, but he is doing the job the very best he can, and that's all that's going to take tonight in order for him to take down a win. Back off of turn 4, we head for the stripe. This time, 7 laps remain to be run for Potter, for Christopher, for Gunning, for Shawansky, and for Agor. Lap traffic now faces our leader as he heads down the back straightaway into turn number 3, up and around the 87 of O'Donnell. Both cars make it by. As they exit turn 4, they've got the 34 of Paul Tremblay right directly in front of them. Paul drops the car down a little bit low, but now pulls up high and lets Potter sneak down on the low side. So they're able to negotiate their way through the lap traffic. And this time by, we'll have but 5 laps to go. 5 circuits. That's it, 2.5 miles from now. And Bob Potter may just be in victory lane. It's been a long dry spell for Potter, and he would like to end that right here, right now, tonight. Talking with Bobby tonight in the pit area. How you doing? He said, depressed. Let's see if we can get rid of that depression. Back to turn 1. Mike is right there. Takes a look down low. Bob is able to once again motor off that second turn and maintain the advantage. 27 will go up on the scoreboard and only 3 laps remain to be run. A very emotional night for a man who has won many, many feature events, but has looked for his first for 8 events. He has been shut out of victory lane and would like to be able to mark off his first victory of the 93 season here tonight. He's only 2 laps from doing it. And can Bob Potter return to victory lane? It's looking better and better by the moment. Mike Christopher becoming more and more determined by the moment as Michael now pulls up alongside. Down the backstretch they go. Potter takes it in just that much deeper. Potter maintains the advantage and the yellow flag is out. We've got to spin up in turn number 4, and this is something that Bob Potter did not want to see for this event. All right, so 28 laps up on the scoreboard. Now, keep in mind that for a restart, we go back to the last completed green flag lap for scoring purposes and for
women. And we have members of the Futures Women's Professional Tour in Westfield at Shaker Farms Country Club. Great golfers. The leader after the first round shot a 4 under par 68 today. So if you don't want to make that long trek and fight the crowds in Cromwell where they can at G.A. Joe, hop on up to Westfield and see the Michelob Futures Charity Golf Classic. How's that? Saturday and Sunday. 36 holes yet to go. All right. Now, here we go. Ready for the resumption of action. Bob Potter on the pole, and Bob gets the jump one more time on Christopher and resumes the lead. But now here comes Christopher surging back, and he'll try to do it on the outside right now. Side by side. Great action. Rush down the backstretch they go, and we have a new leader.
Into turn number 3. Christopher has the advantage. He's on the high side, however. Here comes Potter battling back on the inside. Off the turn, they rub wheels. Michael actually goes up and almost touches the wall, so Gunning is all over his rear bumper. Potter has re-grabbed the lead. Off the turn and down the backstretch. Final circuit for the modified. It is Bob Potter in command. Mike Christopher running in the second spot. Here they come down to the checkered flags, and it will be Norwich, Connecticut driver Bob Potter in for the win. Christopher finishes in the second spot. Bo Gunning, who checks in for third. Then it was Steve Shawansky, Lloyd Agor, and the 86 of Bob Georgitis. That, of course, an unofficial finish. But what a great night it is tonight for the driver from Norwich, a man who has been shut out of victory lane for 9 events this year, and takes home all the bacon here tonight. So a credit for victory lane. Woo-hoo. It is car number 51, Bob Potter, driving slowly back up the straightaway here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. And what a happy fellow this man is going to be as he heads back to Norwich tonight after claiming a win, his first of the 93 season here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. He is greeted by Chris Hopkins and Todd Drew there with the trophies, and of course all the photographers, and in just a matter of moments he will be climbing out of the race car and will be receiving the congratulations of all the folks here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. And what a great night this is going to be for Bob, for Jiggs, and for the entire P&J Tire Freddy's TV crew. Bob proudly displaying the checkered flag down there in victory lane and smiling from ear to ear. Todd Drew takes the flag, and now Bob will climb out of the race car. And what do you say as he climbs out? Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Bob Potter. Bob making his way over to Tony Sutton, and we'll get a word with tonight's champion in just a moment.
He's been sidelined a little bit, and the congratulations obviously go very deep through this group. He's a very popular guy, and as you said, it was a tough struggle for the beginning of the year, but here we are. Victory stands, the number 51, Winston Modified Bob Potter. First off, that was a great drive. I mean, you had to work hard for it. First, Gunning was all over you, and then Christopher was all over you. Tell us about the race.
Well, the car wasn't going. It was real loose, but, you know, I was still trying to win a race out there. And, you know, the last lap and a half, you know, I got Mikey up there, but, hey, you know, I don't like to get banged on the ass a lot either, you know what I mean? So I figure, hey, one turn deserves another.
We didn't see any sparks from down here like in the past. I know there have been some. It's nice to see you up here. I know you've worked really hard this year. What's been the problem? The car's not just hooking up, or has it just been bad luck, or what's been going on?
Well, we got an experimental front end on our car, and, you know, we've been having our hands full trying to get it to work, you know, but it seemed like we had a pretty good nose tonight. We just had no ass.
Well, you sure definitely handled what you had, because you stayed in front of everybody, including a number of yellow flags. And once again, congratulations, Bob Potter, for winning the modifieds. Also, John Maybury is going to come up, and he'd like to say just a couple of words for all the folks that turned out here tonight.
Hey, first of all, I want to compliment Bob. He did a great job. Everybody's got to admit that was a great race right to the end. You got a qualified classic driver here doing a good job for us tonight. I want to make sure I thank all the employees, friends, family, everybody that helped put tonight's show together, and I want to make sure that everybody understands I really appreciate the turnout, and it's great to see this kind of support for racing. It's great to see this kind of support for Stafford. There's no better track in the Northeast for this kind of Friday night racing.